Three, two, one, and we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the behind the scenes to American Butcher's Jerky. I'm your host, Calvin Wineland. Today, we are on iteration number 24, 24th episode, August 28th. Sponsorship coffee this morning. Taking a little sip. This is brought to you by Seattle's Best Coffee. We have a pretty interesting episode coming at you guys today because we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about something that I have been researching about this past week, something that I've been talking about, and kind of the idea of how I want to move forward in these next few episodes, talking about how we want to kind of handle the present aspect and essentially giving a episode to these topics that I'm going to talk about. For those of you who are first time listeners, welcome. For those of you who have been listening for a while, welcome back. We are going to first kick off, open up the can with the past. So for those of you who don't know, we basically take a deep dive into everything that we've covered in the past week, giving you guys an inside look as to what we've been progressing in the last week from our last episode to now where we are today. And then we'll kind of transition into what we're currently working on and our main actual topic of conversation for today. And then towards the end, we'll kind of talk about what it is that we're going to try and do moving forward, talking about what we plan to achieve or some of the big pictures that we're working on, and to give you guys a little bit more of an inner inspection, give you guys a little bit of a deeper dive into the future and where we want to achieve moving forward. So without further ado, Chapter 1, the behind the scenes of the past. Last week, we left off talking about our Instagram promotion and something that we were going to be doing with that, as well as kind of talking about the characteristics and attributes that we've achieved thus so far. But before we begin talking about last week's results, I want to talk about last week. A cool experience happened for the American Butcher's Jerky team. I was actually not present when this went down, but I was sent a video. And let me tell you, I was pretty kiddish. I was pretty excited to receive this video because something pretty awesome happened. So for those of you who don't know who Richard Rawlings is, he owns Gas Monkey Garage. He is a star of Fast and Loud, also does Garage Rehab. He's a big TV show personality host on Discovery Channel, I want to say, or History Channel. He is a pretty big superstar. Just looking at his Instagram right now, it's got like 2.5 million followers. His Gas Monkey Garage has almost 4 million followers. So the dude is doing pretty well, especially since he has a TV show. Well, Mr. Rawlings actually came by the shop in Dallas, Texas, where our base of operations is currently. He had managed to come down the shop and do a little bit of a meet and greet, little talking with our parent company, American Butchers. He was going there just to talk about locally owned businesses in Dallas and happened to set up a meeting with my folks, talking about the history of American Butchers, talking about the process. Well, my brother just happened to be there also, and after the interview was done, there was like 6 camera crews, and they were all pointed at the butcher shop. And after the interview was done, my brother was like, "Hey, can I get a quick picture with you? It'd be pretty awesome if I could have a picture. You're like one of my biggest role models." He's a big gearhead, loves being a mechanic and tinkering with things. And he added, "Hey, my brother has this beef jerky business. Is there any way that we can take a picture with it just so I can send it to him? He's currently deployed to South Korea." And he was like, "Fuck yeah, man, we can definitely do that." So my brother actually sent me a video and a picture. The picture was of him and Mr. Rawlings together. And then the video was Mr. Rawlings giving us a shout out, essentially talking about who we are, and what we do. And I gotta say, that was pretty incredible to see that not only my brother went out of his way to go and make this happen, but also that Mr. Wrongs was able to give us a shout out and be able to talk to us. Now, I'm not sure where the footage went, whether that was just like for our own personal use or what, but it was still pretty awesome. There was actually a few hiccups in the storyline. I was talking with my brother, and he said he was just so nervous, but they kind of talked about our website as just jerky.com, jerki.com. Now, for those of you who have been to our website or follow along, our website is actually American Butchers, jerki.com. And so that was something that it just needs to hopefully be addressed, something that we need to try and fix. Our PR team needs to be working on that. And that led us into me actually Googling the jerki.com, kind of who owned jerki.com, and looking through all my online resources, I actually found someone who was selling jerki.com. Now, here's the kicker. They wanted $5,500. I know I don't have $5,500, especially to be buying just a URL, a web address. Now, would it be awesome to own jerki.com? Yeah, definitely. It would be freaking sweet. But I just laughed at that because I essentially texted back my brother and was like, hey, man, since you got him to say jerki.com and you said the website was jerki.com, I need $5,500 from you so I can go buy jerki.com. I just thought it was pretty funny, but it was awesome that he could stop by. He could kind of just talk about what it is that we're doing here at American Butcher Jerky, and to see the amount of attributes that we've been giving towards those service members overseas, as well as creating a pretty awesome product. Now, transitioning into something in the past week that we've also been doing, and I'm going to get to this Instagram, don't you worry, because I know that's what a lot of you are on the edge of your seats wanting to talk about. But we are starting to get in some of those pictures from the service members that we sent bags to overseas. So that is pretty exciting that we are starting to get some of those bags from our most recent shipment. We just talked about this 2 episodes ago, but we sent over 80 bags to 4 different units, and we're starting to get some of those pictures back. So hopefully we will be able to share those on our Instagram page, and more work to move forward. All right, so the moment you guys have all been waiting for. In the past week, let's talk about some of the results from our most recent Instagram post, and then we'll segue into our main meat and potatoes for today's topic, which you guys can already see in the title, for 10 marketing tips and tricks that we will be utilizing. This will assist in our digital marketing, but for now, Instagram. So for those of you who don't know, we ran an Instagram post. We highlighted a lot of the contents in last week's iteration, so if you want to go check out that, just pop over to a previous week's episode, and we'll give you a rundown. But essentially, the gist of it was we created an Instagram post that was directed towards personal motivation, so my own motivation, the idea to get out and get work done and to keep moving, to utilize the porch test. Essentially, if you find yourself in 50 years sitting on the porch, making sure that you actually did everything in life that you wanted to do with no regrets. So without further ado, let us, so I ran the post for 1 week, and I allocated $7 a day for 7 days, came out to $49, and let's just talk about some of the results that I'm looking at here. And without further ado, we ran 176 likes up on this post. For us, this is a pretty big accomplishment. A lot of interaction with this post. So much interaction that over 6,484 people were reached in this promotion. Given the dollar price range and the amount of publicity that we sent for the post, I'd say that is a pretty good range of people that interacted with the post. Now, the post received 17 shares, so they sent these to their friends and family or whomever. They sent it to 17 other people, and 185 people bookmarked the post. So, for example, it was so motivational, so aspirational that they decided to bookmark it and keep it for later so that they can go back to it and kind of re-look at it or get some more motivation when it comes. Now, that is honestly pretty damn good. Some of our posts will get like onesies or twosies, but since we obviously did spend a lot of money on promoting this post and getting it out there, the fact that we saw 176 likes, 4 comments, 17 shares, and 185 bookmarks, that's pretty awesome. Now, the whole post was designed to return users back to us. So it was to promote an Instagram post that in return gave the audience an opportunity to come back to our Instagram page. So it didn't take them anywhere else. It didn't take them to our website. It didn't take them to shop or anything. It literally just said, find out more, check out the Instagram post. So all of that outside reach came back to our Instagram platform. So out of the amount of interaction that it had, the post generated 257 promotional taps. So people were scrolling on their phone and essentially said, wow, that's pretty cool, and I'm going to click on it and find out what this post is taking me to. Who is American Butcher's Jerky? So essentially what happened, out of those 257 promotional taps, we were able to achieve 46 followers from that 257. So we had 6,000 people look at the post. We had 257 actually click on the post, and then we had 46 followers actually follow from the post. So for spending $49, $7 a day for 7 days, we were able to achieve 46 likes or 46 followers, which is monumental. That's awesome. I have never received, we've run posts before. We've run $5 posts, $7 posts. I even ran a post for $150 for I think like 10 days. And let me tell you, this is the best traction that we've received from a promotional event as such, running an ad campaign. Now for $49 for 46 followers, it's essentially $1 a follower. I can't complain. We've talked about this a lot, the importance of not stressing so much on followers and likes and engagements. But I think it's important to run both organic and paid social media. Organic being I just create posts, I let them gain attraction as they essentially do. I don't promote them, I use hashtags, etc. But we're not like actively shouting our message. What paid social media, in this case, the paid advertisement that we're doing, is it essentially is giving us an extra large microphone to broadcast to our audience. And it really comes down to trial and error, running different types of posts, seeing what works, what doesn't work. And what doesn't work is obviously you stop running money on that and you stop running that campaign. What does work, in this case, this promote, you continue to feed the fire, you continue to put logs in there, and you essentially run that post until it doesn't get you anything. So that being said, we're going to keep the paid social media and we're going to do another 7-day trial. We're in day 2 of the results so far, and I'll give you just a little bit of a sneak peek into the promotions just so we can kind of gauge an audience when it comes up. We are on day 2 of this post. It spent $14 of the original $49 that we've allocated, and we have gained almost 10 followers. So that's pretty awesome. The results are coming in. We're doing pretty good. I'll share more in next week's topic since we've highlighted a lot in regards to this Instagram post. But looking at some of these results, I'm pretty proud of what's happening. So I think it's important to utilize the organic versus paid social media and to figure out what works, and then just keep burning that fire, keep making it hot. And then eventually it's just going to fizzle out. And hopefully that time doesn't come right away. But as long as the Instagram post is generating, I feel like it's important to continue to allocate the resources needed. Woo! What a deep dive into the past. That was a great week. And I honestly could end it right there since we're already at almost 15 minutes into this. But I want to talk about the main meat and potatoes for what our conversation is today. I've kind of done a little bit of research in the past week, and so this leads us up to what we're currently working on here at American Butcher's Jerky. This leads us, like I said, to what we're currently doing at American Butcher's Jerky, and this is an e-commerce marketing tip. I've been doing some research, and I found essentially 10 digital marketing tips and tricks, and I'm going to break them down just roughly here with you guys, give you guys just kind of a scratch of an overview. And then what I want to do is, since we have 10 tips, I want to spend the next 10 weeks essentially working on a specific area, and I'm going to give myself that task to set up. I've been able to highlight a few little bullets here under each main category, so that way we can kind of talk about what it is that we're going to achieve, what it is that we're going to set goals for, and then hopefully you guys can kind of follow this same mission set. You guys can kind of follow the same tracks to hopefully promote your own business if this is something you're working on, or you can kind of see what works or what doesn't work for us. So without further ado, let's dive right into the e-commerce marketing 10 digital marketing tips and tricks. Let's go. So number one, first starting off is to focus on organic social media, content collaboration consistency, top performing posts, collaborate with brands that have the same mission. So we've broken this up into 3 categories just for number one. That is content, collaborations, and consistency. Something that we're going to kind of work on is the importance of, we'll just kind of highlight here is content is to recreate top performing posts. So for example, what we just highlighted with our Instagram, the post was doing extremely well, and our objective is to highlight that and to continue doing something that obviously works well, and something that doesn't work, stop doing it. Next is to utilize those analytic sources. So continue to look at your Instagram does an awesome job about showing you what's working and what's not working. And you can really see, okay, in the past month or the past year, what posts have been doing really well, posts that I haven't done paid advertising for. So posts that I haven't promoted to do really well. What of those posts are really doing well? What of those posts are gauging audiences' interaction? What's getting a lot of likes? Next is collaboration. So it's important to collaborate with other people who have the same type of mission. That could be influencers, other pages, or maybe other brands that are kind of doing the same thing you're doing or have the same kind of connection. For example, we at American Butcher's Jerky have been promoting and working a lot with Brotalion. They're an aviation supply and apparel company for the military. And since we're a big advocate for military, they're a big advocate. I'm also a pilot on my civilian side, or on my military side when I'm not doing the American Butcher's Jerky. And so I personally like watching them and engaging with them. So we've been doing a lot of great work with them and kind of bouncing ideas off of them and working with some of their organizations to help promote both our organization and theirs. Next is consistency. So obviously more posts at a consistent rate improves recognition in the algorithm. So it's important that you don't necessarily have to post every day, but it's important to develop a schedule and to consistently stick with it. So if you're going to post on Monday and Friday, make it consistent. So that way, one, you're not burning yourself out trying to post every day. So look at the posts that you can create and allocate the amount of days that you could possibly continue to run that. For a while there, American Butcher's Jerky was doing posts every single day. I was trying. And then I honestly was running out of pictures. I was running out of ideas. So I changed it to then becoming less frequent. And then eventually I just started posting on random. And to be honest with you, I saw a lot more feedback when we were being consistent with our posts than when we were just sporadically throwing darts at the wall, and our audience couldn't tell when we were posting, or they couldn't get excited when we were ready to post. So consistency is key. That brings us to our second topic of the digital marketing tips and tricks, which is building an email list. This is something that our content, our website could definitely utilize because we have stepped away from the email list. So according to some statistics, This accounts up for some websites up to 30% of their revenue. So that initial email list, reaching out to their reaching out to customers that are on their emailing list and continuing to promote their email list, because this ties into our second and third topic, but it's important to gain and attract those emails. So one way that they've said is an on-site pop-up. So when you go onto the site, a lot of times you'll be scrolling and about 15 seconds later, a pop-up will come up on your screen and it says, hey, want to find out more? Leave us your email. Or, hey, love what we're doing or receive 10% off? Give us your email and we'd love to make that happen. So what they're essentially doing is kind of wrapping you in and building up their email list. So that way, an email compared to other social media is an email is something that goes directly into your mailbox. It goes directly into you, and almost everyone checks their email way more, if not, than when you check your Facebook or you check your Twitter, you check your Instagram. A lot more people. And that's important to utilize that email list, and something we are not doing. And so this is something that kind of giving ourselves this 10-week challenge to hit one of these every week is something that we will definitely develop and continue to work and move forward. Next is emailing the list once a week. So now that you have that email list, now you have to essentially take that emails and you want to continue to pump out emails to those. Now, I'm not saying do it every day, because you and I both know what spam emails are. And getting that email coming in every day from that same Dick's Sporting Goods or that same Nike apparel just gets ridiculous and eventually just turns into spam, and you're like, no, I don't want to listen to you anymore. So email them once a week. Those 3 emails essentially need to be set up something around this. You need to have a welcome email. So when I click on that pop-up and I'm like, heck yeah, I want 10% off, I drop my email in there, I should be getting an email from you guys welcoming me to your organization, welcoming to your club, welcoming to your website. You need to just say, hey, thanks for signing up. Thanks for giving us your email. Here's 10% off, but also here's just a special thank you. I think we've done an excellent job with our welcome email, is that we've set up the welcome email, but we don't have the pop-up. So a lot of people will welcome you into our club. We'll give you a little bit about us, give you a little bit of a kind of story into what it is we're all about. And then we just kind of then from there, we just kind of leave you on the back burner. We don't send any other emails to you. We don't even send emails once a week. So that's something we definitely are working on. But I thought I'd share the results that I've gained with you guys. Next is, so we got the welcome email. Next is the abandoned cart email. So a lot of people on e-commerce sites will actually get people to come to their site. They'll go ahead and create a shopping cart, and then they'll just bounce off. They'll buzzer off. Most people, I like to call this a game. A game that my girlfriend does is she'll go on a clothing sites and she'll put like 100 different things into her cart, and then she'll exit the page and never go back to it, or she'll just delete things out of her shopping cart. So that abandoned cart email essentially would allow, and I'm sure she gets tons of these, is it would allow the business to say, hey, we noticed you put something in your cart. Have you checked back into that, or do you want to go back into those? You're missing out on some good opportunities. You're missing out on something. So that abandoned cart email just allows you to pull them back in, to reel out that fishing line and reel it back in to say, hey, come back. We want to give you some good stuff. Finally, the next thing, and is important to your email, and this is, like I said, something we're going to try and do, is to educate on top posts or content, as well as new products. So this is a gateway right into your customers' emails, and it's important to educate as well as promote. So educating on something that you're doing really well, educating on a process that you're doing, educating, just giving those customers a behind-the-scenes look, as well as helping promote something new. So say you're about to roll out a brand new bag of beef jerky. Well, it's important to first give your emailers, those are people who are like your ride or die. They've already invested in you. They're already giving you your email. They're in it for the long haul. So give them a new taste. Give them a taste of that new product that you're creating. And it kind of just gives them an inside scoop. And you can utilize that to sell and attract more emails. Tip number 4, upsell your customers using bundles and cross-sells. So what is an upsell? Well, it essentially is being able to sell a customer more of the same product by offering a discount. So we at American Butcher's Jerky, I feel like, do an awesome job of this. If you've ever gone to our website and checked out our beef jerky, you notice that there are different price ranges between how many you order. What that does is we have found in doing some research that as a customer essentially buys more of our product, the price that which we essentially make essentially is going up. And the reason that price is going up is because as we make more, it gets cheaper to make the product. So what do we do in return? Instead of us at American Butcher's Jerky making more of a profit, we have decided that we want to make less of a profit and giving you, the customer, more of a discount. So it's kind of a win-win. We sell more bags. We were able to get more bags donated overseas to the men and women currently deployed around the world. And in return, you get a bigger discount for buying more. It's a win-win for both of us because at the end of the day, our mission is obviously to donate bags overseas. Your mission is to eat some damn good, pretty good beef jerky. And so in return, it allows us to win. It's the yin and yang effect. We can make it cheaper, and in return, we want to sell it to you for cheaper. And we found that price point to really be right about what we've highlighted already. And of course, there is going to be a time where you make so many that you just can't cut profit anymore because eventually you're just going to not be making any. So we found that to be right around the 16 bag quantity amount. And so when we sell more than 16, at that point, it just really becomes, in order to survive, we keep it at the price that it's at. Next is cross-sell. So what is that? Well, it's called complementary products. So for example, it's important to add a complementary product. So for example, if you buy a bag of jerky, we do this right now in which we give a product away. That product's not necessarily going to our customers, but what that product is doing is it is allowing us to donate overseas. So when you buy a bag, we technically are not giving you the bag. What we're ending up doing is giving that bag away to someone else. So we're saying, thank you, and we're going to give this bag to somebody else. So that's a pretty cool opportunity. A lot of people will buy something and give out a free chain or give out a free wristband or give out something for free. And a lot of people do stickers. We also, for those of you who have never bought from us, I'll give you a little insider secret. If you buy a bag of jerky, we always send you a sticker. We don't promote it anywhere. We don't say that we're giving stickers away. But for those of you who are listening, if you buy a bag, you get an awesome sticker and a little thank you note. So that's something that we're doing just to say thank you in an extra special way. Finally, under topic 4 is bundles. So bundles are an easy and simple way to show the discounted rate. So you buy more of something, you bundle something. Like if I buy a t-shirt and a bag of jerky, you get a discount. It's an opportunity to kind of entice people to buy more of something or for people to get a little bit of an incentive to feel like they're saving. A lot of other businesses do this. So if I can get you to buy multiple things, then I'm okay with taking a larger profit cut off of something because I'm moving something more efficient. I'm moving something quicker. And for me, that's a win because at the end of the day, we get to donate more bags of beef jerky overseas. So that gets that 680 bags we've already donated to almost coming up 1,000 bags. Topic number 5. We're halfway. I know. Stick with me. We're covering a lot of good stuff here. And if you utilize these tips and tricks, we can make a lot happen. So topic number 5 is micro influences. So gift products to those who can help promote it. So through social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we haven't done this yet, but from what I was reading is it says to focus on content that's roughly between 5,000 to 50,000 followers. That's considered like manageable reach because they're not going to be charging you out the arse to get your product promoted. And they have enough of a publicity, enough of a group to really kind of assist in getting those products out there. So focus on high engagement areas. So what is high engagement? So that's reach, relevancy, and relationship. So reach is how powerful or engaging are they, or what is their niche community? So what do they surround themselves with, or what do they kind of engage with? Next is relevancy. Influencers are in your niche. So find relevant brands that are also being supported. Find other organizations or other influencers that are promoting something that is in your niche. And finally, a relationship. Someone who actually engages with their audience. It's important to have lots of comments. So if you look on through their posts, do a little bit of research. Find someone that you like and look at their comments and see if they're actually engaging with their customers or their fans. Are they talking with them? Are they having two-way communication, two-way dialogue? Next is content marketing, number 6 for tips. So what is content marketing? Essentially, this is anything from blogging to vlogging to podcasts, some way to allow some type of content to be marketed outside of your business. So this is free meat and potatoes, something to talk about, something to give you guys something to listen to as you're driving or on the weekend. And it essentially focuses on keyword research. So it improves SEO, search engine optimization. What is that? Well, SEO allows you as a customer to, or you as a business owner to look for keywords. So, for example, beef jerky. If beef jerky pops up on search engine optimization, which is through Google, beef jerky pops up, you're the first one on the number 1 site. Your beef jerky, boom, bada bing, you're right there. So what blogging and vlogging and podcasting and talking allows you to do is take those keywords and be able to promote it. The more words that are tied through those keywords, so for example, if I use beef jerky, beef jerky, beef jerky, that keyword allows Google to see, hey, we're a beef jerky company. And it allows Google to then allow it to promote our beef jerky to someone who puts into Google or someone who searches beef jerky. So some of our keywords, and I'll save this for a later date because it's something that I've written here, but I don't want to give you guys all of our secrets right now. I'll give you guys later in the next episode. So check out for content marketing coming up, and we can talk about our search engine words and something that we can utilize and get better at together. So next, 7. So social proof and testimonials. What is that? Well, that's anything from photo reviews to product reviews to anything related to your product. So give some type of social proof as well as a testimony. Post somebody saying, wow, this is the best freaking beef jerky ever, or here's some pictures of our troops, because it gives social proof into our mission. It gives a customer an opportunity to see exactly what it is that we are providing, what American Butcher's Jerky is doing. In this case, donating bags overseas. If a customer can see exactly where their money goes, it's important. I'm going to make this asterisk right here. It's not about selling a product. It's about selling an experience. A customer would feel just fine going out and buying a Nike bag. But if you can sell the experience of the Nike bag, going to the gym, lifting weights, demonstrating all the heavy shit that bag can carry, the customer is going to feel a connection to that product. They're going to feel like they can be that product, and they're going to think that they can carry a lot of shit in that bag when they go to the gym and they're carrying lots of weights. So it's all about an experience, not just selling a product. 8, viral giveaways, making more people enter. So what is a viral giveaway? So virality is how popular a post can get by sharing, by allowing other people to engage in this post. And what this does is it's a form of organic social media. The shareability encourages people to share your giveaway. So through a lot of businesses that I've seen, they, for example, say, hey, we're giving away 5 bags of this, or we're giving away a bag of this, or we're giving away an assigned to this. And essentially what you do is there's some criteria that follow, and that's important because what that criteria allows you to do is it allows you to build momentum and traction. So some of the things you'll see is, I know this company we follow a lot, and they've been a very big inspiration, is BPN, Bare Performance Nutrition. They've done hundreds of giveaways, all the way from some of their products to clothes to like everything. And what they do is they say, leave us a like, follow us on Instagram, and share us with a friend. So tag us in something. And what that essentially does is it one, creates the like on the post, so the algorithm in Instagram's mind is like happy. It allows you to gain some more followers. So if those people want to share it with their friends, they have to follow so that they can enter. And so it gains your attraction to be more followers. It gains your ability to spread your audience. And finally, you got to share the post. So that sharing allows other people to see it. And essentially what it does is it's this big pyramid. So I share one, you share one, and then their buddy shares one. And that is called viral giveaways. It's an opportunity to share your message and to share your product, and in turn, give something away to say thank you to your audience. And it's an awesome thing to do. We haven't done it yet, but it's something we're going to work on. So maybe when we talk about this specific episode, maybe we'll be doing a viral giveaway. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Finally, number 9 is all about text message abandoned carts. So it's the same as emails, but they say it has a better open rate. So more people are on their phone looking at texts and looking at gaining a text. So when you get a text, you're like going to look at your phone almost instantly because you're like, boom, I got a text. When you get an email, you might hear a ding and you're going to go to it. But for me, I personally only check my email like once a day. I look at it right first thing in the morning, and then I might look at it before I go to bed. I'm definitely not on my email nearly as much as I am on my phone. So that text message abandoning cart allows a customer to get a ding right there in their face saying, hey, you abandoned this cart. This is something American Butcher's Jerky does not do at all. I've never done it. I don't know anything really about it just from what I've been reading, and that's something that we definitely are going to try and do. I need to get off my high horse, and I need to get into the dirt, and I say high horse because some things that it's hard learning something that you've never done before. And so when I say high horse, that's taking that opportunity to learn something that you've never thrown yourself into. Finally, tip number 10. It's utilizing video specifically for both Instagram and Facebook. So the video components are made into 4 unique areas. We've done a little bit of video for our specific platform, but I think what they're trying to get at is not making like a 5-second TikTok video or a 10-second compelling. It's like making a video that talks about something, making it meaningful and gives an audience something that's going to keep them on the hook for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And so what this does is there's 4 components here. I'll highlight them. 1, compelling hook. You need to hook them in. So that video needs to be able to hook your customer, whoever you're trying to reach, and hook them into your topic. Next is all about social proof. So demonstrating exactly what it is that you've highlighted. You can use that same type of social proof or testimony that we've talked about in topic 8. You can use that in topic 10 to demonstrate. So for example, on our end, showing a customer buying a bag, translating it to our warehouse or where we produce everything, to then translating it to shipping, then going right into a service member's hands. It's a pretty good concept, and that video allows you as a business to demonstrate that whole transparency between the whole process. Next is show them the problem. So show them what their problem is and how your business can give them the solution to this problem. So I'm not going to say American Butcher's Jerky for our customers have a problem, but you need to figure out what it is that your customer is trying to get from your business and how you can be a problem solution finder for your customer. A lot of times it's like saying the greatest quote I've ever heard when it comes to marketing comes from the Wolf of Wall Street. And he's like, sell me this pen. And he's like, you want me to sell you this pen? I'll sell you this pen. Gives him the pen. Hey, can I get your autograph? He's like, what? He's like, I don't have an autograph. Can I get your autograph? And he's like, oh, you want my autograph? Here, have my pen or buy a pen. So it's all about supply and demand. Finding someone who doesn't have a pen so that they can get their autograph, and in return, selling them a pen. Take their problem, find a solution, and offer it to be a better solution. Close in return with an offer. I got a pen. You need a pen. I got a pen. It's an awesome pen. $2. My pen, your pen. Boom, bada bing, deal closed. that is a lot to cover and a lot of conversation that we've talked about just in what American Butchers is currently working on right now. This was a post that if you could look at my notes right now, I essentially found those 10 digital marketing tips and tricks. And what I did was essentially outline the main resources or outline the main things that I've talked about here. And then I've gone ahead and now taken it into another step and essentially written notes on every step and how it applies specifically to American Butcher's Jerky. So without further ado, let's dive into our last topic of conversation, which is all about the future. What American Butcher's Jerky wants to target in the next week, and ultimately where we are going from here. Now, we obviously are doing the 1 week Instagram post that we highlighted in the very beginning of all of this. We talked about it a little bit. We talked about Instagram promoting, and we're going to dive into that as well as talking about our first area of topic of conversation, which is focusing about organic social media. We talked about this a little bit, but that is content, collaboration, and consistency. So that's something that American Butcher's Jerky is going to be working on this next week. I'm going to develop a plan that hits content, it hits collaborations, and it hits consistency. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in next week's episode. I'm going to talk about some of the things that we're working on, something that we're figuring out, and in return, hopefully that gives you guys an understanding of what it is that we'll be working on moving forward. I want to say thank you guys all for listening. This is by far our longest episode to date of the Founders Log, but I honestly like talking about something that I have a better understanding about, and I feel like giving myself kind of tips and tricks allows me to vocally express what I'm learning and to give you guys an insider scoop into what it is we're talking about. So thank you all for listening. I hope that you have a great rest of your week, and we will see you guys next week when we come up with episode number 25 of the Founders Log. 24 is out, and I hope to hear from you guys all next week. Bye-bye.